I want to say that Tio has the experience over Key. Tio shows up when it's time to show up. I guess, like, in terms of, let me say, eh, Tio shows up when time shows up because he did his thing against Josh Taylor, and he really shocked the world against Lomachenko. He stopped Richard Comey in the first round. So he really does some surprising things when it's time to from the fight. Those challenging fights. You know what I mean? I feel like Theo he locks in pretty well in those type of situations. But then I also feel like he in the time that it takes for this fight to brew, even right now he's a big problem for Tio, but the time that it's gonna take for the fight to brew, he's gonna be even worse. He's gonna be even more of a complete fighter. I honestly don't know who's gonna win that fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I do feel like he has an edge because he is more technical. He's more tactical in his movements and he's more calculated. Like he'll adjust. You know what I'm saying? Tio has a hard time adjusting. That's one thing that Tio does not have, and that might be the downfall in the fight with them too. He does not adjust well.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we got here April 20th, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Is it a big fight? Do you think that this fight's happening on that date? Who do you favor?
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I will say, granted, this is way back in the amateurs, right? But at the same time, they still kind of show shades of themselves, like their styles from the amateurs. And when they did fight, man, it was an action-packed fight. It was very back and forth. But I think that Ryan just knew when to step on the gas. But now, this is a new day and age. Devin is more of a complete fighter. He has the most confidence that in his career that he's ever had, and Ryan is on a decline. This is post Tank Davis. Even Ryan's last fight wasn't impressive. This is gonna be something that's gonna be really interesting for the fans. I feel like Devin has an edge. Devin definitely has an edge in this fight. I do feel like stylistically, this should still be interesting. There should be some back and forth. But Devin has an edge in this fight. Devin might win this one, but Ryan still, he has a little player to play in this right now. So it's still gonna be an interesting fight. I feel like Ryan could do what he needs to do to get the victory, but Devin edges this.
And this is for the coaches too. A question for the coaches and for Shu Shu. Derek James has more than enough time with Ryan Garcia. Does it matter? Do people shame Derek James if he can't make adjustments with Ryan Garcia after watching him, do that Ryan role in his last performance? What do you think about that situation as far as Derek James is concerned?
Um, you know, you know, I don't want to blame the coaches. People always want to blame the coaches when fighters do something wrong, whatever like that. I know Derek James did not tell him to do no shoulder roll, bro. That's not
Yeah, he
even
said
Derek
it.
James'
He
style,
said he
bro.
didn't know it. Yeah.
I know what I'm saying. So you can't blame Derek James for nothing. At the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is gonna always have the final say so of whether he was gonna shoot a jab, right hand, or a hook. You know what I'm saying? So Derek James is gonna do the best as he can to train him and do what he has to do and kind of keep him focused and structured. But Ryan Garcia, if once he gets in certain situations, he has the final say so, bro. You know what I mean? You can't blame the coaches, man. Like Ryan Garcia, he got to stay locked in and stick to the game plan. That's just what it is.
Coaches.
I told you, Ryan Garcia is uncoachable.
Uncoachable. Rel said it.
I believe that his success from social media transferred into his boxing career. He made some money, and he just think he'll do what he want to do.
Jay?
I don't know Ryan enough to say he's uncoachable. I trust Real with a lot that he says, so he must know something that I don't know.
Correct, Word.
I will say that with a fighter like that does not hold the technical psychological foundation of boxing, if you will. I will say that it would take a lot more than one camp to get him set right. So I don't blame Derek James.
Yeah,
I do blame the timing, if you will. So you give him a little more time with him. Maybe Derek James. I like to believe that if I get a fighter, automatically I'm training him. But automatically I'm changing him. But I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Oh yeah.
For all the coaches in the room, and Shu Shu could tap in on this too as well. I got two questions, and I really thought about this last night after I talked to Rel last night. He said what he said, and I asked Rel. You remember I asked you, what would you do with Ryan Garcia if you got Ryan Garcia, right? And you gave me, you basically said that you was gonna make sure that you and him got in sync before you put him in any big fights, right?
Yeah.
Now, holding that to be true, is Derek and holding Ryan Garcia to saying that he's allowing Derek James to pick his fights for him. He said that in a press conference that he's allowing Derek James to lead him down the path to victory, to being a successful boxer. Is Derek James choosing Devin Haney for Ryan Garcia's next fight?
Oh man,
I think it was a meeting and they all agreed on it.
So Derek James must not subscribe to the same mantra you do. Either and I'm saying, as far as like, do you think him and Ryan have gotten on one page at this point?
You know what I feel like? It might be like that. Who knows? But I feel like the argument to be made to see that it might be like that is because Ryan has been showing that he has lost trust in a lot of people. He's been backstabbed. He's been expressing how he's been backstabbed by certain people and whatnot. In a recent history, so he might want to cling onto somebody really bad to want to trust. And he might feel like he gets that genuine energy from Derek James to be able to do that. So he's just kind of just letting it happen. That could be happening. We don't know.
No,
But I feel like that might be happening.
It's the girl he just divorced, and then he put up a post about another girl asking her out.
I don't know nothing about that.
I mean, look, just to expand on that, just to say that he left the Devin Haney negotiations to go fight Rolly. Then he came back from Rolly after Rolly didn't work out, and he fought Devin Haney. Do you think Derek James is participating in that nonsense? Or do you think Ryan is doing his own thing again, once again, not listening?
Ryan doing his own thing.
All right, then. So I'm making the argument, just to be clear, I question if Derek James and Ryan Garcia are truly on the same page about Ryan Garcia's career.
So they think Derek James bit off more than he can chew?
No, I think Derek James is working with what he got. He's doing the best with what he got. But I think Ryan Garcia, going to what Rel said, Ryan Garcia is uncoachable, bro. He don't listen. There's money in the Ryan Garcia game. So Derek is going to do what he needs to do. He's going to work as hard as he can to make it happen. But at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is just hard-headed, bro. And I'm using that example with the Rolly and the Devin Haney situation to say, I don't believe Derek James co-signed that nonsense. I don't think that's Derek James' style, to be in the middle of negotiations with Devin Haney and then all of a sudden be running around the block with Floyd Mayweather, then the next day be like, I'm going with Rolly, then Rolly play around and now he back in there with Devin Haney. I don't think that's Derek James' speed. I don't think he play like that.
No, I do think that Ryan Garcia also may have a team to where they might be influencing that too. Ryan may be making his own decisions. I don't see Derek James doing a lot of either. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but he said I'm gonna let Derek James from now on. Derek James is gonna be picking my fights. He said I'm letting Derek James. I'm doing something I've never done in my career. I'm letting my trainer Derek James lead the way. And either he's a liar or he's compulsive. He can't help himself but to make decisions without consulting the person who he put. And I'm wondering what that's gonna look like. And the only reason is the big deal is, what does that look like in the ring? You know what it looks like? A California roll. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like in the ring.
I agree.
With cinnamon on top.
It looks like a taco shell, or if you guys want to say it's a Philly shell, but that's what that looks like.
Yo. Rel, was that from Philly? Was that from Philly, Rel?
You know what that looks like? That looks like Derek James going, what are you doing in there right now, bro? Stop that. That's what that looks like.
Yes.
Okay, What Philly roll? I'm sorry. What California roll are we talking about here? What
Damn well what you talking about. You better stop right now.
The same one that Shu Shu did on Friday. Nah, just kidding, Shu Shu. Don't put me on that category, Mills. Don't do that to me.
Y'all crazy.
That was crazy. That ain't no New York joint.
I'm just fucking with him.